What if you never invested a dollar in your life, and every time you think about it, you just freeze? Most people don't freeze because they're lazy. Most people don't hesitate because they're irresponsible. They freeze because they've seen things fall apart before. They've started things that didn't last. They've trusted people or systems that let them down. They've watched others lose money in the market. They've been told, you're behind, or you need thousands to start. And the pressure becomes paralyzing. So instead of risking one more failure, they sit still, hoping that maybe, someday, they'll feel ready. Even though that day never comes. But here's the truth. You don't have to feel ready to get started. You just need a strategy that's small enough to begin and strong enough to build momentum. That's what this video is about. How planting just one financial seed of as little as $15 into one stock can unlock consistency, courage, and long-term wealth. One of the options we're going to talk about today is planting your first seed. It's where we break the paralysis, not with complexity or pressure, but with simplicity and peace. We're going to talk about you investing as little as $15 a month into just one stock for the next 3 months. Not 15, not 15 decisions, just one step, one move, one seed. This isn't about performance. This is about participation. It's not about maximizing gains. It's about minimizing your hesitations. Because once you start, the pressure shifts. You're no longer trying to figure it all out. You're no longer waiting for the perfect moment. You have started. And that's what most people never do. One of the objections people use a lot is $15 isn't enough to matter. That's where most people are wrong. This $15 isn't about becoming rich yet. It's about planning a habit. Your first dividend won't change your lifestyle, but it will change your mindset. It tells your brain, I own something. I'm building something. And once that shift happens, everything changes. Another objection people use, I don't know what stock to pick. That's why we built the Base 15 that I personally use. A list of companies I've trusted and carried through the years. But if you need a simple start right now, here are some things I've personally held. I've held Ford because one share gives you a quick feeling of ownership because of the low entry point. If that's the stock you pick for your first $15 investment, you'll get a whole share because it's usually running around 10, 11 bucks, 9 bucks. So you'll start to see the impact of one share and the dividends that you'll get. You can invest in a Vanguard Growth ETF, VUG is its title. It has great long-term growth available in fractional shares also on most platforms. I personally use Robinhood right now. Or you can invest in Vanguard High Dividend Yield, a solid option if you like seeing something come in. Or Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. So you own a slice of all the biggest 500 companies on the market. You don't have to pick perfectly. You just have to pick. You're not trying to win the game. You're just stepping onto the field. Another objection people use, what if I lose it? The real risk isn't losing 15 bucks. The real risk is never building the confidence to begin. We're not throwing money at a slot machine. We're starting a pattern of consistency in a system that will build over time, not overnight. Another objection: I've waited way too long. No, you haven't. The market doesn't reward speed, it rewards consistency. You're not behind, you're just getting started. And that's something worth celebrating. Think of this like planting your first garden. You're not trying to feed the family yet. You're just learning to put seed in the ground and water it and trust that something will grow. And what you've seen time and time again is this. People who plant the first seed, those who make the first $15 decision, never go back to thinking the same way about money again. They start watching it differently. They start noticing it grow. They start talking with more confidence because they're no longer outside the wealth conversation. You're in it. Here's a cool quote. You don't need to believe in your wealth journey yet. You just need to believe in your first step. If this is where you are, just frozen, overwhelmed, and unsure, this is the perfect place to begin. You don't need a 5-year plan. We'll talk there. We'll get there sometime. We just need you to make that first step. Start getting your feet wet. Start understanding and watching things and learning how the garden grows so that you can water it properly and fertilize it properly and pull the weeds properly. You just need a $15 decision. Pick one stock. Start with one of them that we've mentioned, the Ford, the VUG, the VYM, or the VOO. Invest $15 a month for the next 3 months in that one, just one. And just a side note, the reason we use $15, because I believe anyone, even you, can come up with $15 a month to invest, to start seeing the impact that it's going to have on your life. And once you see that impact, if you're anything like me and others that I've talked to, that $15 will become more because you'll be like, whoa, I just made some money and I didn't have to do nothing for it. And we start figuring out more ways to get more than $15. But that's why we talk $15. You can invest more, you can invest less. But you just need to get your feet wet, get started. Just pick a stock, invest in it for the next 3 months. Don't touch it. Don't overthink it. Just let the seed settle. We'll let you know when to water it. We'll teach you along the way on the growth phases that it has. And when the time comes, we'll show you what to do next. If you'd like a copy of the Base 15 that I use, the 15 stocks that I've held through the seasons and will likely carry forever, drop a comment below or message me and I'll send them out, or maybe do a little video explaining the 15 that I have, that I use as my base. Now, one last thing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. I'm not a broker. I'm just sharing what I've learned and walking with people like you as we financially change each other's world, one day at a time. If you're planting your first seed today, drop a comment in the message. Encourage us, encourage others. Let's celebrate every start, because you're not building hype, you're building habits. Let me know if you want this Base 15. Let me know if you need a suggestion on which stock to pick. I personally would start with Ford, because I could see one share and I could see the dividend come in if it's scheduled to be in the next 3 months. If you have questions, leave a comment. If you got thoughts, leave a comment. Let's build something together. Let's change the world together. Let's change our lives together. Let's go on this slow 15 financial journey together. See you next time.